Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ashley.
And I'm John.
And we're here to ask you 3 simple questions. Are you ready to find the love of your life?
Do you want to attract your soulmate and be able to keep them forever?
Do you have an endless amount of funds that we can take advantage of?
Because we can have you come to our 6-day event, and it's only going to cost $83,000.
Do you
or
hear
more.
this, people? Or more, yes, depending on the package you get. Now, Obviously, we're joking. You know damn well we're not going to charge you $83,000+ to find your soulmate. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we help you affordably and reasonably learn how to date, how to coexist, and just love people.
Yeah, that's why we cover everything from life, love, relationships, and everything else in between. To be honest with you, I was flipping through my phone, going through emails and stuff like that, and I came across a dating guru. And this is a major dating guru in the realm of dating gurus and relationship gurus and all this other stuff out there. They are listed in the top 5. And recently came across one of these persons' little videos, and I just wanted to pull my hair out. The question was, how can you tell if the guy is interested in you? It's so general. It's frustrating.
Now, let's assume, because obviously he's a relationship guru, that he's talking about romantically. Now, I don't care what anyone says. If it's not obvious to you that someone likes you, then that means you're not being conscious enough. You're not aware enough. Because usually when someone likes you, you can feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. There are certain signals that are pretty much universal. We've covered this in the past, but I'm just going to touch on this real quick right here. How do you know if somebody wants to kiss you? This is backed up by psychology. It's backed up in social sciences. There are research papers you can go out there and look at. It is posted on YouTube. There are websites dedicated to this, and it's called the reverse triangle. They look in the left eye, then they look in your right eye, then they look at your lips, then they look back in your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they close the gap. They slightly close the distance. That's how you know somebody wants to kiss you without actually telling you that they want to kiss you. How do you know if they're interested in you? They close the distance. The proximity becomes closer, and they touch. It's not a sexual touch, but they're going to touch your arm. They're going to touch your shoulder. They're going to find some way of touching. There you go. Yeah. And that is universal. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It is universal.
Yes, it's very true. Look at that. Look at what we just did.
We just saved you $83,000.
Yes. Didn't take us 6 days. Didn't take us $83,000. And all it takes is a simple amount of understanding of what the human body language is. And that is why we are so infuriated by the concept of somebody literally robbing you. And it's almost it's not almost manipulative.
It's
manipulative in the way where I think most people, a vast majority of people, really do want to find someone to love. They want to find that soulmate. You want to find your one person. And for a lot of people, once you get to a certain age and you don't have that, you sort of do. It becomes a desperate desire, a deep desire. It's almost manipulative because he's taking advantage of something that you desperately desire, something you really need, and saying, well, you can only have that through me, and through me, you have to pay for a high-end sports car.
In some states, that's a house.
Shit, yeah, dude.
There are certain things, like we do have an expensive package, but when you compare our package to his, one, it's nowhere near what he's charging or what some of these other gurus. We have another guru we covered a while back, $123,000. And oh my gosh, they don't even come close to touching on every single area that we touch on. We go
Not even
from
close.
you through fashion, which these people never even touch on. How do you dress your personality so when somebody looks at you, they pretty much have an idea of who you are and what you are about? Don't even touch that. And they don't go into how to sustain the relationship beyond meeting somebody. And this person, it's on their website. Over 50,000 people have attracted their soulmate and have kept them. 50,000
people.
That's
that is
a city.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. And you know how I know it's bullshit? Because there's no way possible that anyone has cracked that code and not become literally a name on everybody's lips. 50,000 people, and you mean to tell me that I had to find out your name by hearing John say it? Bullshit. If you had that kind of fucking secret love, you would be everywhere. You would actually be the authority.
Tinder
we wouldn't exist.
Yeah, Tinder wouldn't
Wouldn't exist.
Match wouldn't exist. None of the other gurus would exist. Tony Robbins would be out of business.
Absolutely.
50,000, that's the total population of the city that I live next to. That's how bumfuck small my town is. But, oh my God, I read that number and I was like, what in the world? People, I'm telling you, don't fall for this nonsense.
Don't do that shit. And we say it, and we're not saying, oh, it's because we're the best. Hell no. Listen, if I found someone who could really do that at an affordable price for you, of course we would say, this is the kind of thing you want. This is the kind of thing you need.
Then go for it. But
go for it. But
just be warned.
The fuck?
So I'm going to flip over here, pause the video because it drives me nuts.
50,000 people.
50,000 people.
50,000 people.
Now there's a retreat that this person has. And for legal purposes, we're not mentioning the name.
Yeah.
Not hard to find. All you got to do is put in relationship guru and pops up. But 6 magical days and a lifetime of change. Okay, look, our premium package, our elite package, we come out to your place where you live and we show you everything you need to do. Now here, you're going off to this, it's got this tropical paradise photo. So imagine you're going to a retreat somewhere and they're going to ultimately ensure you leave with 2 essential tools.
Only 2?
Only 2. Your personal blueprint for an ideal life. We covered that for free. It's in our shows. Oh my God. Okay. And the core confidence that enables you to take action and create it. Bullshit. I'll call bullshit right now because I have done this. When I lived in San Diego, I was a pickup artist. I showed other people how to become pickup artists. And let me assure you, once you leave, once the coach is gone, 99% of the time you are lost because the coach is not there to push you forward. And a phone call doesn't work. That's why our elite package, we come out and we show you and we ensure you can do it before we leave. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm calling bullshit on this core confidence that enables you to take action and create it. Bullshit.
Right. It's absolute bullshit. And also, by the way, if you want to develop that confidence, and like John said, you know, the coach kind of sets you up. If you can't do it, if the coach isn't there. Here's the thing. If you really want to develop that core confidence, if you really believe that you're helping people develop that, then what you need to do, and I mean this on every level that every coach has ever been on, if you need to give them the confidence to say, fuck no, I don't want to do this. And that's kind of the thing. When you tell me that you're charging someone $80,000 and they're leaving with what? Confidence and what else?
The blueprint for their ideal life.
And a blueprint for your ideal life. 2 things that you should automatically have before you invest this kind of fucking money in finding your soulmate. If I'm going with $83,000, I'm leaving with a fucking soulmate.
Oh,
I'm not... like, there's no way. Like, confidence, bitch? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, we're not even done with this whole thing because it gets better. Okay, so here's the strategies that they use. They're going to look at your long-held and outdated belief about your identity and help you define who you are and who you want to be starting now. We covered that 2 shows ago. We told you, go through and define who you are. Look at your strengths. Find out what your weaknesses are. What triggers your weaknesses? They are not outdated if you still believe it. So that doesn't make sense. Once you are able to define yourself, then you start attracting the people that want that definition.
Absolutely. I don't understand. Like, I'm telling you, I don't understand why people will manipulate people into thinking, well, if we do it this way, you'll be able to find your loved one. Like, these are not things you need to find. Obviously, you need confidence. But like I said, for $83,000, there needs to be a showroom of people I can pick from and that I can say this one. If you're not using practical application on this 6-day journey, if they're not taking you out, if you're not actually learning how to interact and all you're fucking learning is textbook theory, you're not going to get anywhere. And there's a good chance that the reason that I highly doubt. When I say highly doubt, I mean completely doubt. 50,000 people stayed together. I bet you any money that those motherfuckers don't do follow-ups to actually back that shit. They just say, you found your soulmate. Cool. We're assuming you're going to stay together.
Yeah, out of all of the clients that I have worked with in the past, I'm still in touch with maybe 4. And I've worked with hundreds. I'll be pushing my limits if I said thousands. But I wouldn't doubt I've instructed thousands because I did large groups. But I have 4 that I'm still in touch with. One of them lives about 3 hours away from me. She is married. She has had a kid within the last 7 months. But I mean, I'm not going to out her, and I'm not going to try and bring her on the show to back up and validate everything that I have. Because you can either listen to the podcast, you can take our course, you can see how it truly affects you. And if you want to come on the show and do all that, that is up to you. But most people are not comfortable doing that. They don't want other people to know that they've sought out this kind of help.
Right. I agree. And it's unfortunate because there really is no shame in it, quite frankly. But I understand the hesitation and the fear and all of those things. I think a lot of people just don't get it.
Yeah. But we still got to go through these other points because they are hilarious.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah.
There's more. That's the crazy part. I was hoping we were done with these.
Yeah.
God.
Now, according to what he says, you'll complete a series of powerful exercises designed by him to break through the barriers that have been holding you back from the things you deserve most, like love, success, friendship, health, happiness, and self-acceptance. We've done that for you.
Boy. Oh my God.
We've done it for you.
So far, you've paid $0 to Girls Ask Guys show, and we've solved all these problems happily.
Yes. The exercises, I mean, unless he's got a patent on them.
This is like 4 kids.
It's
like,
probably rehash.
Yeah.
And he's going to show you how to silence your excuses once and for all and tap into your emotional energy to achieve your goals. What the
You
fuck
could go to
is
therapy.
that?
You can go to fucking therapy. Listen to me. You can get real fucking help. At the price this man is charging for you to technically find your soulmate, all of those things he's describing sound like clinical fucking depression, and you can actually get help.
The excuses that are in your head, and we've already covered that as well. The excuses that you constantly come up with, I can't talk to that person. I can't do this with that person. That person will never accept me. And these are limiting beliefs that you have that hold you back from actually talking to somebody. 99% of all the problems that we deal with have to do with the approach and actually opening up to somebody else. The rest of it is rather easy.
Right. And if it's not the approach, you genuinely have some serious anxiety you need to work on. And that is what professionals are for. That's kind of
why we exist.
Of the thing is, right. Like if you're somewhere in between, okay, I'm not anxious, I just don't understand. That's where we come from. But what he's describing, what he's saying is essentially like, it doesn't matter who you are or what you're going through if you just silence those beliefs. Absolutely not. Some people need more than that. Some people actually need some help.
Some people need some help, but those limiting beliefs that you have, most of them are built in either something that happened in your past, a series of events that happened in your past, like every person that you've approached, except for 1 or 2, they outright rejected you, or they weren't really genuine. They were just kind of leading you on just to get you to shut up.
Right.
But those limiting beliefs, once you learn how to get past that, and we've shown you, we've actually gone through it several times. I covered it 2 shows ago, where I just walked up to a girl and said, nice shirt. Really? You like this? I'll trade you for it. Boom. Conversation right there. Or the girl that I met over at the gas pump while I was pumping gas. Nice car. What is it? And she started telling me what the car was. And then I kind of like, out of curiosity, what do you do? There you go. Conversation started. And then I had like all of her contact information. Once you're able to find what works for you, then your excuses go away.
Yeah. And it's literally, I'm not even kidding. It's that simple. And for someone to be like, I cannot get over the price of literally a fucking
83 grand.
A house.
What the fuck?
That's a lot of fucking money. Like, that's insane.
I mean, that you get 100 people signing up for that. That's what, 83? That's $800,000. You get 1,000 people. You're talking. This guy just made $8 million.
And so he's saying 50 people. What did he say?
50,000.
50,000? Okay, so this guy is literally robbing people.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine. I think the reason it bothers us so much is because it's such an upsetting thing to take advantage of.
What the fuck?
What?
I just reading the next little line on that he's got. I was, what the hell?
Insane, dude. Yeah. What is it? Just tell me what it is.
Learn how to manage your emotions. Why would you want to do that? So you can overcome fear, banish anxiety and stress.
Oh, wow. He's a fucking... Okay. Oh, my gosh.
Get
Look,
off
he
the
solved
emotional
all the
roller
problems.
coaster. You could get off the emotional roller coaster for good and move forward with the deepest level of confidence. Okay.
There are so many red flags in that sentence.
Even to this day, as good as I am, and the people who have taught me, the people that I originally learned from, not even them. And I'm talking these guys, they were good. Go into any place. It didn't matter. And they were getting girl after girl after girl after girl after girl. And some of the coaches that worked with women, you can see them getting guy after guy after guy after guy after guy after guy. Just down the list. They were like double and triple stacking dates on the same day just to fit everybody in. But even they said they still got butterflies. They still came under a certain amount of stress because you don't know where the whole thing's going to go. So how are you going to banish anxiety and stress?
I don't think you can, and I don't think you should. I think it is human. It is completely human for you to feel that way, for you to be a little scared, for you to be a little anxious, a little nervous. And I think anybody telling you that you can get rid of that is full of shit because they can't devoid you of emotions. They can maybe make you a little more confident, but as confident as I am, I still get nervous. I've been in a relationship for a long time. And guess what? If we're going on a fancy date, I still sometimes get nervous because that is what it is. And I know this person. I love this person. You know what I mean? Still to this day can get nervous. So for anyone to tell you that, man, fuck them. They're bullshit.
Yeah. Because, in the last episode, I talked about how I've had conversations with women where we talked about what kind of language do they like in the bedroom, which words are good, which words are like off limits. Let me tell you, even having that conversation, I was nervous. Yeah, I was nervous because that could be a make it or break it conversation if I didn't bring it up at the right time and I didn't bring it up properly because I didn't want to offend them or scare them off and go, what the fuck are you talking about? What are we about to do?
Weirdo. Yes.
Yes. What are you getting at? Yeah, I was nervous. And I've had make it or break it questions where if I didn't do it correctly and I didn't know them deep enough, the relationship would have ended right there. What the fuck are you doing?
Very much that. And it's very true. And that's okay. That's the thing. Teaching someone to silence their inner emotions or get them off an emotional roller coaster, that doesn't work because life is literally an emotional roller coaster. 1 week, you're having the best time of your life. The next week, your best friend dies. Yeah. So instead of teaching someone how to get off of their emotional roller coaster, which, by the way, again, isn't a thing, how about you teach people to fucking be happy?
Oh, here, how about you teach that's people? The last part.
Lord Jesus. He's the fucking
He's going
worst.
to take you through a life.
Exhausting.
Yeah. He's going to take you through a life-changing experience that will make you believe once and for all that you are beyond good enough and you are worthy of the best. You will have never felt this way before, and he will get you to this place during 6 days.
Is he offering drugs?
He must be. I mean, I want some of that Kool-Aid.
Right. I would love some of that shit, Jim Jones. Really, like, no joke. Like, what the fuck? I can't even believe, you know what is very upsetting? And it's just very upsetting that people feel like this.
I was on a guest podcast and they brought up this specific person. He's a very good motivational speaker. That's about it. That's how I view him.
Yeah.
There's probably about maybe 10% of everything that he talks about that I might agree with. The vast majority of it, I'm like, bullshit.
You are nonsense. You are nonsense. And it's just because of the way they make it seem so easy. And we always say, guys, I know this sounds really difficult, but it's really easy. But the thing is, we know it takes work. We know that it's easy once you master it, but it takes work. It takes more than 6 days to get rid of all your fear. This is some like evangelical nonsense, dude. Like, this is crazy. And what's more upsetting is, like I said, that people feel the need to purchase these things. If you are feeling low enough about yourself that you're willing to invest $80,000, go to a therapist. I'm not saying psychiatrist. Go to a therapist, because there is something very deep within you to where you don't feel like you deserve anything, and we can't teach you worth.
No, we can point you on the path. That's about it.
That's about it.
We can't force you to do anything. Now, if we set something like this up, you will be leaving, and I've been to these retreats, whether it's like a dating retreat or even when I worked in financial services, we went to a huge convention in Vegas. We not only filled up the Mandalay Bay, but we also filled up New York, and the MGM.
I love Mandalay Bay.
And we walked out of there, and it was just a weekend. We walked out of there feeling like we could sell the world anything. Mm-hmm. And about 2-3 days later, we're just like, what did they say? How do we do this?
Basically.
Okay. We're going to take you on this 6-day journey that is offered for $80,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the retreat officially begins, and you're going to be invited to a secret magical party where you will meet your trainers and the other incredible people that are going to become your new support system.
This feels like Scientology. This is
probably based on it.
Right. L. Ron Hubbard. That's my guy.
And then you're going to go get a good night's sleep because you're going to need it for the next days for the coaching. Now, day one, you're going to discover what you really want. Okay, we have covered this. We have covered this. I have covered it. It used to be 14. I now have 15 specific traits that I look for. Ashley has 14 that she looks for. We have explained this to you. Find out the characteristics, not the physical stuff, but the personality stuff. List that out. Define it. You want them to have a sense of humor. I'm mentioning that because it's on everybody's list, usually up there, number 1, 2, or 3.
It's on everybody's list. That's right.
But define that sense of humor. Create a definition for it. Because if you don't know what you want, you're going to accept whatever falls in your lap, and they just happen to be paying attention to you. They seem like a nice person until a week later.
Until they're psychotic.
Like the person that I said I met, and she was like, what the fuck is up with him? He's doing all this stuff I'm not expecting, and we wound up calling the cops. You don't want that. Okay. Next, you're going to learn the secret to being happy every day. Nothing bad is going to happen in your life ever again. You're going to be happy every single day. Bullshit.
Every day you get to be happy. Imagine this. This guy's really cracked the fucking code. I'll tell you what. I mean, I can't believe. Honestly, I can't believe he doesn't have a fucking Nobel Peace Prize the way that he's advertising himself.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to help you establish a personal wish list for happiness. Okay, so you're not going to be happy every day. It's going to be, if I could, I'll have a wish list.
Hold on. A happiness. What the fuck is a happiness? Like, can we just make a mock happiness wish list? Is a happiness wish list things it takes to make you happy?
I've already done it. You can go out to Amazon. It's in a workbook that I created for my martial arts students, and it was called The Master Journey. Now, it's not a cheap book because it's not cheap to print that thing in full color the way that I did. But I sold this to a lot of martial arts schools. And in that is creating your perfect day. Go through and list out everything you want to do in a day and just work on making one of those happen.
Does it cost the price of a small house in Louisiana John? By any
No,
chance?
actually, it's about the workbook is about $63.
Oh, wow. Wait, so you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to be happy?
Nope.
Mm,
There is an instructor book that goes along with it, but it doesn't cost as much as the workbook does because it's a lot thinner.
it's cheaper.
Yeah, it doesn't have all the work pages in it.
Oh my goodness. This is how you know, people. It's almost depressing how ridiculous this is. So you get to make your list of happiness. Now, so this is all day one?
This is on day 2. No, day 1, you actually meet, wait a minute.
Oh, you just meet
No,
and
day
greet,
1,
right?
you discover what you really want, and then day 2, you're going to learn this secret to being happy
And you
every day.
can't do those two things in one fucking day. Like,
Yeah.
how long are these days?
I don't know. Now,
Better than
imagine,
24 hours.
now if it's set up like a lot of other guru retreat type things, it's usually 4 to 8 hours. And then you have breakout groups that you can go to, but the breakout groups cost more. So
Extra money.
what was it that the last one that we looked at? It was $1,200 for the breakout group,
For the breakout group.
on top of the $123,000 that they charge you to get
Right.
in.
Right, because they don't earn enough.
Oh, didn't include the airfare, didn't include meals, didn't include the
Food.
hotel. Now, we have a thing where at the end of the actual course, we fly you out from wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
We fly you to a city. The most recent one that we've selected is Miami. We fly you to Miami. We put you up in the hotel. Food is included. Transportation is included. We found a salsa school where we can go.
Yeah, salsa dance class.
4 hours salsa dance class. Then that night, limo ride to some of the best clubs in Miami.
John won't let me take you guys to strip clubs, but I'm going to keep trying.
But it's some of the best clubs that are in Miami. Entry fee is already paid for. Bottle service is already paid for.
Hello.
Rock the night
You're welcome,
out.
by the way.
And then limo ride back to the hotel. Everything is paid for, and it doesn't even come close to what this guy is charging.
Right. Dude, not even, yeah, that's like a couple people.
Yeah.
Like, you could actually be a sponsor or something, you know what I mean?
We have this whole thing set up. Now, we're limited to how many people we can actually fit in the limos. So it's like the first 20 people that want it can actually get into this. There's also a limitation at the salsa school. They can only hold so many people. So we can't
Right.
have like 100 people and get everybody into learning how to Latin dance. But it didn't cost no $83,000 a person. Actually, it didn't even cost $10,000 to do this. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, talk about being ripped off. I mean, we're not charging
Right.
enough. So,
Yeah, apparently we're not. First of all, you know, like, we're not even charging half of that. And the reason we ripped this apart, obviously, is because we're just so amazed at how much of a scam this dating world is. I mean, John comes from the pickup artist background, so he, of all people, knows how much bullshit goes into this industry.
it was us that gave these people, actually, I'm going to back that up. It was Neil Strauss when he came out with this book that gave these people the platform to actually do all this stuff. And
Yeah.
Neil doesn't even charge this much.
It's insane.
Anyway, this guy, he's sitting there and he's saying, if you struggle with self-esteem or willpower, he's going to give all this to you on day 2 together. So I guess he's going to sit down with you one-on-one.
Wow.
Will not only put a new strategic habits into place, he's going to instill the emotional drive for you to follow through with them every
Are you a
single
fucking
day.
hard drive? What
Must
is
be.
he? He says he's going to install it? Like, how?
Instill it.
What program? Oh, instill.
Yeah.
I was like, what program is he using?
Yeah,
Still,
and it's not
I mean,
just a logical process. He's going to make
it's
it
not.
an
He's gonna
emotional
emotionally
journey,
manipulate you. Ooh.
culminating in an inexplicably powerful finale that is nothing short of life-changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bullshit.
That's exactly my thought. Bullshit.
I have worked with, I don't know how many thousands of martial arts students, and I've taken them through that book that I mentioned called The Master Journey. You don't have to go buy it. There's a free preview in there. But if you actually want to go look it up yourself. But all it is you take a day and you map out what does your perfect day look like? When would you wake up? I mean, get specific with it. What are you going to have for breakfast? What are you going to do after breakfast? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? All the way through your day. Now, trying to tackle all of that in a single session is damn near impossible. So all you do is try to make one thing happen until it becomes a habit. And then you do the next thing. Then you do the next thing. And usually within about 30 to 60 days, you'll have something that actually comes close to being your perfect day.
Almost, yeah.
Almost. Because other things are going to happen. You're set out on a perfect day, and then all of a sudden, the pipe in your kitchen bursts. So much for your perfect day. Now you're on the phone with the plumber, and you're trying to come up with $800 for them to come out and fix it. But you can get close to having perfect days. Day 3. Okay, now we're going to master your emotions and your actions.
Oh, God. Like, okay, is there a belt system? Do you start off as an emotional white belt, and then by the end of the day, you're a third-degree grandmaster in emotions? You cannot master your emotions. You can control them. You can understand them. You can emote them. But you cannot master emotions. Emotions are fucking something. Has this ever happened to you? Out of nowhere, you just get kind of sad.
Or you're sitting there and you're dreading to go into work, and then all of a sudden, while you're at work, just throughout the entire work day, you just get more and more and more pissed off.
Or you wake up and you say, you know what? If somebody says anything wrong to me today, I'm
just going to go the fuck off.
I'm just going to go the fuck off. See, this is where he's using the word master.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's more?
There's more. You're going to love this one because I do believe you are going to see it for what it is. Okay, on day 3, led by his mentor, you'll learn how to create energy and passion to accomplish the things you want most in life.
I'm going to do what?
So I'm going to manipulate somebody.
I'm going to do what?
Yeah.
So this only takes one day.
Yeah. No more struggling with your heart fighting your head. You'll discover how to get your emotion and logic to work together to make your dreams a reality.
So I'm going to use neuro-linguistic programming on you to make you feel like you know.
Or he's going to issue ruby slippers to everybody, and everybody's just going to sit there. I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had $1 million.
I wish I didn't have a bad childhood. Like, I wish I didn't have emotional. Okay, so let's start by the fact that I imagine everyone there is at least 35. At least 35. Now, the reason you have all of these emotional issues is not because you're a crazy person. It's not because, you just woke up one day and said, I feel like being traumatized. It's because throughout life, you go through things and you either accept, repress, or you project them.
Yeah.
It's one day. I'm so glad he exists.
Yeah, it's one day. And I don't imagine it's a full day either. No, actually, it's not a full day because they have the night thing scheduled on day 3. But during the day, you will also hone practical skills and time management to focus, dealing with stress, handling setbacks, and overcoming procrastination, perfectionism, and the fear of failure.
John.
Yeah.
This one's for you.
I've already mastered it. So thank you very much. I don't need your bullshit. Because I could probably sit through your class and go, everybody around me. Shit. Yeah, I'll be able to tear that shit apart. He'll probably kick me out. I mean, it's just a matter of, okay, it's not going to get any better. Leave it alone. And fear of failure. Fear of failure is actually what drives a lot of people. Look at Zuckerheimer or whoever the fuck created Facebook.
Who the fuck is that?
Zuckerberg.
You mean Zuckerberg?
Yes.
Who the fuck is Zuckerberg?
I don't know. But look at him.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Or Bill Gates. I mean, take a look at Steve Jobs. Fear of failure drove them to build what they built. I mean, Henry Ford, fear of failure. He fired people because they didn't drive Fords because he didn't want to build up the competition. I mean, if you don't believe in the product, you're fucking fired.
He said, oh, you drive a Honda?
Yeah.
Nope. Not on my watch.
Yeah. You don't believe in the product you build? You're going to drive competition? That's how these people thought. Fear of failure is actually good. Perfectionism, not so much. You can only go so far with it. But procrastinating, okay, I get that. But you don't need a $83,000 course to figure that out. And to manipulate somebody in order to get the things you want is just straight up manipulation. We don't do that. We don't teach it. You want to learn that? Go spend $83,000 with this hack because
I'm still getting over day one. Okay.
yeah.
So we're on what, day 3 now? This is insane.
We're on night. I mean, so you're going to master your emotions not in a full day because the night is actually an evening of magic.
Oh.
Where you've reached the midpoint, and now it's time to celebrate your progress, to have some fun. Okay, what is it? I've got some special magic planned for you. You'll notice a whole new energy crackling in the air. Yeah, because everybody's hyped up on the bullshit you just served.
The energy is broke energy. Everybody's looking for a fucking job, bro.
Yeah, everybody's guard is down. The most beautiful selves are emerging. You've gotten much closer to your new peer group. Okay. Everybody's single.
You've not gotten closer. You guys probably got drunk at the hotel bar and spilled a bunch of secrets. You are not getting closer to these people.
Yeah, and now it's a fabulous time to share your experiences and breakthroughs. So you're just going to, you're going to pass the Kool-Aid around.
On strangers.
Yeah.
Right, on strangers too. Just smother them in all your insecurities.
Yeah, look.
And by the way, we're only on night 2.5, right? 3?
Yeah, this is night 3 because, now that everybody's waking up hungover, let's see, communication breakthrough. Okay, so wait a minute. This is out of whack. So you're going to have an evening of magic, but you can't communicate yet.
What do you mean you can't communicate? What are we going to play silent library all day?
Well, I mean, you just mastered your emotions and your actions, but you haven't learned how to communicate. But you just had a night of magic where you're sharing it and watching everybody's most beautiful selves emerge. But on day 4, you're having a communication breakthrough.
Wait, shouldn't we have broken through the communication before I had magical?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, wait a minute, this is backwards.
I'm confused. Am I going to talk to these people badly? So now I don't even know how to communicate. You're going to send me into a night of magic. Yeah. So is the magic trick that you watch my social life disappear?
Well, I guess he's doing that because of all the people that you talked to during the night of magic. A bunch of them got rejected. So now you're going to show them why you got rejected, and they can go, ooh, so that's what I did wrong. Hey, Cynthia. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay.
So you let me make the mistake? I don't get. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is day 4. So is this day? So is there a night 4?
This is day 5. Well, no. Wait a minute. Yeah,
no, day 4.
Okay, day 4. He's going to teach you how to understand the interpersonal dynamics at play and improve your communication with them to get the most out of your relationship. We've covered that. We've done that.
Can you read that to me one more time?
He's going to teach you to understand the interpersonal dynamics at play and improve your communication with them to get the most out of these key relationships. But that's not all.
And you're doing this hungover, obviously, because you just had a night of magic.
And let's see, but that's not it.
There's more.
Each of us has a complicated relationship with at least one person in our life, whether it's a difficult boss, a strained friendship, broken romance, just plain toxic family member. We'll learn how to rebuild those relationships that are salvageable and stop you from being emotionally impacted by the ones that have previously weighed you down. Okay. We're not therapists.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Just like that?
Yeah. I don't see doctor after his name because some of that stuff
he needs a doctor
you actually need.
His name as
some of those things you do need like professional help to deal with.
Absolutely.
Now, we have ways of showing people how to deal with difficult bosses and, I don't know why you're dealing with trying to rebuild relationships that from broken romances. I mean, unless you're like really hung up on your ex, in which case, nope, I'm not going to show you how to win them back.
Another course. Right.
Yeah.
What? He's all over the place. There's no organization to this.
There are ways of dealing with people that you just don't like. I mean, for myself, I really don't interact with them because people who tell me I can't do something, to people who actually tell me you're not worthy, I don't associate with them. Why? Why would I do that to myself?
Right. And if I work with someone I don't like, I just kind of work with them and do my job and go home. I don't
That's pretty much what I
interact
do.
with them outside of that. Yeah, like you can be cordial to someone you don't like, and you don't have to like them. You don't have to rebuild a relationship. You don't have. By the way, I don't know who the hell raised us, but it is okay to not be someone's friend.
Yeah. And you are not responsible for somebody else's emotions. I tell somebody something very matter-of-factly. I tell them the truth. Now, how they handle that as, because most of the time I'm delivering it as constructive criticism. I'm not trying to down them. Now, if they get pissed off by hearing that, I can't help that. The only thing I can say is, you didn't hear what I was saying. You heard a part of it and got pissed off. Now, if you don't like that, that's fine. I won't deal with you anymore.
Exactly. I will not deal with you anymore. I do not have to deal with you. And that is so true and so so powerful, because I think a lot of people don't understand that concept of I don't have to deal with you.
Exactly. If you don't like the TV show, change the channel.
Hello. Do not hit record on the DVR, right? And try and give it as many chances as possible. Just like do it. It's okay. Like, and I think a lot of people get so caught up because we're raised from a very young age, sharing is caring, be nice to everybody, be everyone's friend. And the truth is, you can be nice to someone and not like them. You can do, like, if you work with them, you can do your job and work with them and never talk to them outside of work. It's okay. You don't have to be friends. You don't have to be cool with somebody. You can just be you, dog.
A lot of that, for a lot of people, all it does is they constantly seek validation because that's how they're raised. Be friendly to everybody. Everybody's going to accept you. And then we find out that's not true. So then you start doing this whole please like me kind of thing. And you're seeking validation from them. You don't have to do that.
You don't. You shouldn't.
Then we're into day 5, achieving core confidence.
God. Okay, let's stop. Okay. Let's start with why.
What the fuck is core confidence? I mean, define that for me.
The first thing you learn. How can you determine what your perfect day looks like if you don't have the confidence to even begin to think that you deserve a perfect day?
Oh, because he makes it emotional.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, he makes it emotional. It becomes an emotional journey.
This is bullshit evangelical written all over. Yeah, that's right. It's an emotional journey. And then you also had that night of magic, which actually probably the magic trick is you're cured from everything. So now we're just perfecting. Like, what?
Well, I mean, it probably gets you all pumped up and everything else so that he can fit these last 2 days of bullshit in. Because this is going to begin. This whole core confidence thing. Let's see. What is said here? The day when your retreat program comes together in a most radically and powerful way. I love the wording in this thing. Get ready for a complete metamorphosis as you discover 3 ways to overcome your fears, smash through your negative emotions. Well, I thought we eliminated emotions.
We already did that.
Yeah. And change your state at will. Build courage by taking risks and develop self-worth at the very deepest level.
The very deepest level of self-worth. This only takes 1 day. I am so glad this man has destroyed everything that social science has worked for, that human interaction has worked for, everything. In 1 day, he teaches you all of these things. No, you don't.
Yeah, it's a guided exercise that he will take you through, and it's completely transformational. And he's been told over and over and again that the words can't do it justice. But here's what one person... He's got a testimonial from somebody.
What did they say? I'd love to hear from this person.
At the end of day 5, I had a completely unexpected, life-changing breakthrough. There's a heavy issue that I've been dealing with since childhood. I figured it was just something I had to carry with me forever. Not anymore. With the final hour, so we're at the final hour, you completely blew away everything I had accomplished in... Wait a minute. You had blown away everything I had ever accomplished in 10 years of therapy.
Oh, my God.
Finally feel free.
Okay. I need to breathe. I need to breathe because I am I am literally dumbfounded by how fucking stupid that is.
Okay, so this actually seems like a good place to stop for this part. You're going to want to tune in next Tuesday for the second part.
Yeah.
Because we're still got a deep dive to go on this.
It's messy, people. It's
Yes.
messy. So we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, we will talk to you on the next one.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.